Hi, we're Route 20.
I'm Ian.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Evan.
I'm Amelia. I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Jeremy.
This video will be a comparative analysis between the Port of Singapore and the Port of Yangon and how the One Belt, One Road will affect each port.
Being named as PSA International Flagship Terminal, PSA Singapore is known as the best seaport in Asia, handling 33 million TEU in 2017 compared to 21 million TEU in 2004. PSA Singapore is operated by two commercial ports, PSA Singapore Terminals and Jurong Port, where PSA Singapore Terminals is further classified into container terminals and multi-purpose terminals.
The largest port of Yangon is the Myanmar International Terminal that is mostly used for ship transportation, and it consists of 2 terminals and 6 wharves. Moving on to Myanmar Port, it contains of 4 terminals and 15 wharves, which include an array of facilities and ancillary services, and the examples are as stated.
There are similarities in the transshipment processes for both ports. However, due to Yangon's port inability to facilitate larger vessels, there's a need for feeder vessels to transport containers. The Port of Singapore utilizes automation and the latest technology at its ports to keep a competitive edge ahead of its competitors.
MACCS allows users to fill out paper forms and data online. Also, taxes, fees and valuations can be calculated electronically, reducing error and saving time.
Singapore has a significant higher amount of berth as compared to Yangon. Singapore's deep sea water also provide an advantage by allowing larger vessels into the country. Both countries has warehouses located within the ports to provide long-term and short-term storage for shipping containers.
Special economic zones are zones which subject to different economic laws that are different from within the country, such as a free trade zone. In Singapore, there are 9 free trade zones, while in Myanmar, there are 3 SEZs but only 1 in Yangon Port.
Moving on to One Belt, One Road.
The One Belt One Road initiative is initiated by China in 2013. It aims to connect 65 countries through a network of transportation infrastructure. The main transport routes are shown in the figure above. One Belt One Road aims to improve coordination and collaboration between countries and facilitating the ease of global trade as it promotes the alignment of policies and strategies on a governmental level. The figures here depict the progress of the One Belt One Road. Despite majority of the investments and funds contributed by China banks and several other banks, a huge amount of funds is still required, given that China is not able to fund entirely. Despite remarkable infrastructure progress, the lack of talented manpower expertise and lack of visibility of goods once they enter the Silk Road is still a concern. Here are some ways overall will affect the operation and management of each port.
As for the Port of Singapore, the OBOY initiative poses a significant threat to the operation of Singapore with China's plan to invest in Malaysia Port, and this causes a negative impact. Transmission cargoes processed in Singapore will also be highly reduced.
One Belt One Road poses a significant impact on management due to the intense competition from Malaysia. Strategies used at the port will also be affected unless Port of Singapore engage in alliances or partnerships with carriers. Technology will also be affected due to emerging new technologies and innovations available.
With the Belt Road Initiative, transshipment within Yangon Port will increase due to the new trade routes in the region, linking China and Myanmar. The increase in container transshipment will indicate a need for Yangon Port to upgrade its existing equipment and technology to handle a wider range of vessels for the increased capacity the Belt Road Initiative would bring. The Belt Road Initiative may cause a significant impact for Yangon Port as the new government realizes the need to stay competitive for economic growth. By utilizing the regional sources to accelerate their growth and improving the competency of employees, it will be a positive impact on their management.
Here are some recommendations on how both ports can be proactive towards the impact. Firstly, Singapore can adopt an approach to manage risk since any technologies used at the port will involve risk. Secondly, companies in Singapore can also partner with China to invest in technology or infrastructure along the One Belt One Road. Lastly, since Singapore has an abundance of manpower, Singapore can choose to invest in terms of expertise since there's a lack of expertise in the initiative.
Port management can provide training for port operators on MACC and allowing more foreign investors through joint ventures to improve infrastructures and facilities. Also acquiring freight details of shipping company to manage space or for imports and exports.
In conclusion, these ports has to be proactive and constantly upgrading their facilities to accommodate to the ever-changing trade environment.
Thank you.